All right, guys. Bang, bang. Lunch money time. While Wall Street's trying to get rich, the rest of us just trying to get our lunch money right. Hopefully, I can talk today because I can't stumble over my words the whole time. What's up? Beautiful, intelligent, Plina, Ivanova,
No,
Marinova, Pompliano.
no. Today I'm Catwoman.
Okay, you do look pretty, but we're not going to comment on the leather jacket that you're wearing. Don't forget that Lunch Money is now sponsored by BlockFi. They've got 3 products. You can buy and sell crypto on their crypto exchange. You can deposit crypto and take out a US dollar loan against your crypto collateral, or you can use my favorite product. I'm an investor and a user of the product, which is an interest bearing account. You can earn up to 8.6% APY in that interest bearing account. Bang, bang, get money, get paid. Go to blockfi.com/pomp. What's up?
What's up?
Ready? I got shit to do today, so
All
we
right.
gonna motor through this. We're gonna get this done in 13
We're
minutes
not
or less.
on your schedule.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Today we are.
No, we're not. Okay. The Fed wraps up its 2-day meeting. Its 2-day meeting.
Strike one.
Its 2-day meeting Wednesday and is not expected to do much beyond assuring markets it will not raise interest rates for years. It's the Fed's last meeting before the presidential election, and policymakers will take care to steer clear of politics. Okay. So
The Federal Reserve has a meeting. It lasts 2 days. They ain't gonna have another one, and they ain't raising the rates. So there's nothing to talk about. They're literally just gonna say the same thing they've been saying, which is we're not raising rates. Of course you're not, because we're in an absolute economic disaster. And so we're going to have a zero rate environment for a long period of time, which means that cheap capital will flood the market. Asset prices are going to pump. They're going to go after inflation. It's going to be crazy.
They're not likely to raise interest rates until 2023.
This is insane. But you know what?
Wait, can I
I'm
ask a
protected.
question? What does a dovish recommitment mean?
Dovish means you don't think it's good, like
it's
you
bad.
bad outlook.
It's like a bearish.
Bearish, yeah, dovish, bearish. It's all of them. They can use whatever words they want. All I know is that they're literally going to flood the market with cheap capital, and they are going to absolutely savage people's savings by targeting
this
this
is
over
so
2% inflation.
Yeah. And
Get hedged, baby.
Wow. The idea is the Fed will now be able to let inflation run hotter than it previously would before taking action to tighten policy or raise interest rates. That could give the economy and job market more time to improve.
When you hear that they're going to let inflation run hotter, that just means that they're going to steal more of your wealth. Get into inflation hedge assets.
Okay.
All right, what's up?
Yelp data shows that 60% of business closures due to the coronavirus pandemic are now permanent. That's not good.
60?
Yeah.
They released their latest economic average report revealing business closures across the U.S. are increasing. Well, we knew that was going to happen. 23% increase since mid-July. They've got 163,000 businesses that have said this.
And permanent closures have reached 60%, 60% of closed businesses will not be reopened.
Okay. So of the businesses that were closed, 60% are not reopening. So it's not 60% of all businesses in America. That was written a little weird. But look, at the end of the day, we knew a lot of businesses were going to close, right? This is duh. You literally turned off their revenue for months. Of course, you're going to kill the business. And now,
it's been 6 months, guys.
Now,
6 months.
Now, Plina's going to get mad when I say this, but just so you guys all remember what I said, I told you it was unconstitutional that they did it, and now the courts are ruling it's unconstitutional.
Wait, what court?
Google it right now. Closure unconstitutional. The courts have ruled that this is unconstitutional.
Well, but okay.
Okay, what's the latest one? What's the latest state to do this? Yep, Wolf, right there.
But
the fact
this
that
isn't a real publication.
No, in Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania court has ruled that the governor's order to close businesses and limit public gatherings was unconstitutional. So what they did was they not only killed your businesses, they not only put you out of work, but they took your personal freedom and your individual rights.
So
by the way, that's fine if there's a public health crisis. They should ask you to do it, but forcing you to do it is unconstitutional.
That was my question. Do you think that if the government had told businesses, hey, like there is a pandemic, please close, do you think they would have
I think what they could have done that would have been a much better situation is went to the business owners and said, hey, this is a really bad situation. We need your partnership to solve this problem. can you please come up with ways in which you can continue to operate your business, but do it in a safe manner? So can you send your employees home? Can you move online? Can you do all these things? Hey, here's best practices. We're going to actually use government resources to help you start to transition to this kind of pandemic world. There's a bunch of stuff they could have done. The laziest thing they could have done was just tell everyone shut down. And again, this isn't my opinion. This is United States courts are now finding it was unconstitutional.
So the U.S. District Judge said the court believes that defendants undertook their actions in a well-intentioned effort to protect Pennsylvanians from the virus, but even in an emergency, the authority of government is not unfettered. The liberties protected by the Constitution are not fair weather freedoms, in place when times are good, but able to be cast aside in times of trouble.
Literally, word for word, what I was saying earlier this year. You don't get to pick democracy and freedom when it's convenient. It doesn't matter what's going on. You cannot step on the liberties of the individual because it is a slippery slope. And what they used was they used a public health crisis to steal more liberties and more freedoms from people. Again, the only reason why I care about this is because it's the greatest advantage that Americans have. This country was built on democracy and personal freedom. And what they did was they took that away. And there's a lot of people who will say, oh, that's okay because there's a public health crisis. My point is, it's not okay. So, you don't get to choose. There's no asterisk in the Constitution that says these all apply, except if there's a pandemic. That's not how it works.
So how does it work if, okay, they already did it. They already took away the liberties. How can they bring it back? I mean, it doesn't work that way. So in the future, the government can still do that. And then the court says, oh, sorry, the defendant is wrong. But it's already done.
The future, I think what will happen now that it's obviously there's precedent that people will say, you're not sending me back inside in a shelter in place because it's unconstitutional. So it's one of these situations where it just ends up setting the standard moving forward. Now, again, it's just, this is how trends happen, right? Governments become more authoritarian over time. And what we're watching is every time there's a crisis, they just steal a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Again, it doesn't bother me in the sense of I'm going to live my life, but it's very concerning that a big portion of the population makes the argument that it's okay to take away our personal freedoms because there's this virus thing.
It is a slippery slope. I agree with that.
Yes. Didn't expect you to agree with me.
This will be the biggest year ever for software IPOs as coronavirus and work from home show value. Oh, like people are using it. So 4 big software IPOs are pricing this week. Snowflake, Unity Software, JFrog, and Sumo Logic. Palantir and Asana are coming at the end of September. That's
Snowflake is going to be big.
Yeah, why is everybody talking about Snowflake?
Because it's a business that just absolutely exploded.
What does Snowflake do?
So they previously had priced it at $75 to $85 a share, and now now it's gone up to $100 to $110 per share.
It's not only the largest IPO of the year; it's the largest software IPO ever.
Yeah,
wow. Bigger than
raised $3.3 billion.
Salesforce? Is Salesforce public? Yeah.
Yeah, it's public. No, it's not the valuation, but how big in terms of how much capital they're raising.
Oh.
So $3.3 billion raised, that's 3 times bigger than the next largest, which was VMware 2007. They didn't even raise $1 billion.
Wow.
So Snowflake is literally the first company to raise more than first enterprise software company to raise more than $1 billion on the IPO, and they raised $3.3 billion. This is nuts. And good for this guy. He's built a couple of other companies, the CEO in the space. So good for him. He's doing exactly what he should be doing.
Cool.
All right, what's next?
TikTok, very confusing. ByteDance will place TikTok's global business in a new U.S. headquartered company, so it's making another company, with Oracle investing as a minority shareholder. As part of the proposal, Oracle will have a stake in the whole of TikTok and not just the U.S. operations, while ByteDance, the Chinese group that owns the app, will be majority shareholder of the new entity. So that makes no sense. That does not solve anything.
Like I said, they issued an ultimatum. Either divest of the asset or we're kicking you out. They didn't divest of the asset. Kick them out. See ya.
Well, he told me last night that Charlie D'Amelio, who's the biggest star on TikTok, had an account on Triller or something.
Just joined. I saw the headline on Twitter. Yeah. But all I'm saying is, again, because here's the problem is when you issue ultimatums, if you don't do this, then we're going to kick you out. And then people don't do it and you don't kick them out. It's like when your parent tells you, "Hey, if you do that, I'm going to spank you," and you do it and they don't spank you.
Coming from someone who's been spanked as a
Yeah,
kid.
like look, if my mom ever said, "If you do that, I'm going to spank you," and then I did it, and she didn't spank me, I'd have done it a million times after that, right? So the whole idea here
Oh,
is
boy.
we issued an ultimatum. We said, if you don't do X, you're going to get kicked out from the U.S. user base. And they didn't do X. So why we're not kicking them out is lost on me. We'll see what happens. But I don't worry about this situation. Again, I worry about the precedent that it sets for the future situations, because this is only the start of this whole posturing on the internet between U.S. and China.
You're going to be a fun parent. What did I say? It's just like TikTok.
Is spanking allowed?
No. You would.
How do you discipline the kids?
Be quiet. You would use.
No, but what do you like negotiate with a 3-year-old? Like, you better not eat that ice cream. My mom would be like, "I'll whoop your ass if you eat that ice cream."
You would use.
And then I eat the ice cream, get my ass whooped because ice cream is good.
You would use TikTok as a precedent, as an example. Like, do you know what happened with TikTok when they didn't obey?
Nah, I'd just be like, "Look,
we
we gonna have an agreement. We gonna have an agreement, little person.
Little person.
Here's the agreement. All the bad stuff, you want to poop in your pants, you want to like act all bad and stuff, go do that when your mom's around. Me? We gonna have an agreement. Go ahead."
Oh boy. Okay. Kim Kardashian West, who has one of the biggest Instagram followings in the world, said that she would be joining other high-profile users in a protest against Instagram's parent company, Facebook, and its handling of misinformation and hate. So she's joining Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Orlando Bloom, Kerry Washington, and Sacha Baron Cohen. No, it's just crazy that they think that like a one-day protest is gonna. What?
Ain't nobody care about this.
Oh.
You think anybody on Facebook is not gonna keep using Facebook because some celebrity said this?
Yeah, especially like Kim Kardashian West. They'll be like, "I'm gonna use my right."
Wait till you find out that it's like less than 15% of the Facebook user base is in the United States.
Oh.
People don't care. Whatever.
Okay, well, let's move on.
Look, by the way, they may not be wrong, but I'm just saying that like it's a good gesture, right? If that's what they believe, sure, that's your right. But I just don't think it's going to have any real impact.
I think the idea is their fans will kind of uprise and maybe.
No, their friends. They want to talk to their friends and family. No, I know their fans want to talk to their friends and family.
Yeah. Okay. A T-Rex skeleton is coming up for auction. Expected to fetch $6 to $8 million. A 67-million-year-old T-Rex specimen named Stan will be auctioned off by Christie's on October 6th. What?
Oh, it's going to be on display in the windows of Christie's Rockefeller. That's right over here.
If you bring a skeleton up in here.
Oh, baby, what? Stan is one. Wait, hold on. I don't care about that. Stan is one of the most famous T-Rex fossils and one of the only of about 50 ever discovered, with most displayed in museums. The fossil has been on display for years at some place in South Dakota. Why they got it in South Dakota? Bring it to New York. Bring it to the big time. It is one of the most complete T-Rex fossils ever found and has been often used as the model for figurines and depictions. I'm not even going to say anything. Y'all can find me on October 6th at the Rockefeller Center. You got to be kidding me. It's $6 million?
To $8 million. It could fetch up to.
I know a couple people who might be interested in buying this.
But don't you want it?
Well, I just do it with them. They put the money. I go negotiate.
So how would you share the T-Rex?
Well, they can come over to my house and look at it whenever they want.
You're not bringing a T-Rex up in here. That is the last thing we need.
Oh, we just come over for dinner. Look at my T-Rex that I have right here.
Next to my Instant Pot.
Yeah. Okay. My T-Rex.
So I showed him a picture of the T-Rex. You didn't even care about the picture.
Because that's not a good picture.
Yes,
it's a screenshot for a video. That's why they put it like that, to make you click so you see the rest of the picture. Go ahead. What's next?
My joke.
The bones took more than 30,000 hours to carefully excavate, and it was later installed and displayed at the Institute. Paleontologist. If I wasn't
I've never seen
who
you
I
read
am,
this much.
Yeah, if I wasn't who I am, I would be a paleontologist. Says the T-Rex, which, by the way, T-Rex I thought was capital T and then capital R-E-X, but here they're spelling it capital T period, lowercase R-E-X. Paleontologists need some spelling, I think.
No,
which would have weighed between 7 and 8 tons at his peak. And showed signs of a difficult and violent life.
He had a puncture in his skull and his ribs.
He
Dang.
suffered from a broken neck with two of his vertebrae bonding together and a third immobilized. This dude was a warrior. This T-Rex, Stan, was a warrior. This dinosaur was out there doing dinosaur things, fighting other dinosaurs by eating little humans.
The last T-Rex fossil to come up for auction was in 1997 when Sue, also found in South Dakota, sold for $8.36 million. And that's back in 1997.
And so what happens with inflation?
It's now, I mean, that's like $10 million.
This is going to be real high. It's not going to get $6 to $8 million. It's going to be like $30 million.
Okay. Just
Ready?
wait.
A consortium that included McDonald's and Walmart and the Walt Disney World Resort purchased the fossil and donated it to the museum in Chicago. Wait, what? Walt Disney and McDonald's bought a dinosaur and they gave it to a museum in Chicago?
We got to go to South Dakota. I feel like
whoever buys Stan will get all 188 bones and the elaborate support structure, but assembly is required. Ooh, I'm out. I can't even do IKEA. How am I gonna assemble a dinosaur? 188 bones. Christie said a buyer will be able to work with the expert company that assembled the fossil to take it apart and put it back together for the buyer.
You want to put together a thing for me?
188 bones? Literally, I can't do IKEA. How am I supposed to do a dinosaur?
That is fair. Okay.
Joke. Let's go. Come on. I got things to do.
My joke is going to blow it. If this doesn't make you laugh, I don't even know anymore. Ready? My girlfriend borrowed $100 from me 5 years ago, and today I asked to break up. When she left, she gave back the $100 exactly. I lost interest in that relationship. Get it? Because of like inflation. Because $100 5 years ago is not the same $100 today.
Oh, I get the joke. It's just not funny.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
All right, guys, that's it for me, Polina, and Stan, our new T-Rex that we're going to have here. No problem. That's it for Lunch Money today. While Walshy's trying to get rich, the rest of us just trying to get our lunch money right. See you guys tomorrow.
Bang, bang. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Lunch Money as much as we did.
And don't forget, Lunch Money is now sponsored by BlockFi, so go check them out. There's a link in the description that you can click on. I'm an investor, a user, and a huge fan. What?
You're a bigger fan of BlockFi than you are of me?
BlockFi is my second favorite thing in the world behind Polina. They've got 3 products. They can give you a US dollar loan. You can earn up to 8.6% interest on an interest-bearing account, or you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies on their crypto exchange. I personally use the interest-bearing account. There's not very many places where you'll find up to 8.6% interest on a deposit in an interest-bearing account. Go do your own research. There's risk associated, but 8.6% is pretty compelling. So click on the link in the description. Say thanks to the folks at BlockFi. Subscribe to our channel. Like the video. Annoy Polina in the comments. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
And be kind to your friends.